Well, good morning. I'm Jagendra Rana. The topic for discussion today is ETASS. ETASS. The ETASS project has been envisaged as a platform to bring in transparency and ease of settlement of transactions between the general insurers in India. So this is based on the co-insurance agreement of 5th December 2014 signed by all the companies and the ETASS guidelines mandated by the IRDAI in 2015, assigning General Insurance Council the role of ETASS administration. All co-insurance transactions are reconciled and settled as per the ETASS system. The ETASS Phase 1 project dealt with the co-insurance transactions in the fire LOB only. LOB means line of business. The initial software was developed with the capability of capturing input data of co-insurance premium and claim transaction in a predefined XML format from lead insurer. So the data entered by the lead insurer could then be accessed by other co-insurers who could then confirm or dispute the details therein. So based on the confirmations of all the participants, the financial exchanges could occur. The ETASS Phase 2 project dealt with capturing of the correct transactional values for the fire LOB with the associated facultative reinsurance transactions. So the software development has dealt with the vagaries of the different processes followed internally by the various insurance companies and has standardized data upload into ETASS. So GIC Council has suggested certain process mandates to be followed by all member companies. There is a generation of a statement of settlement of accounts every fortnight to be used by prima facie for remittance of funds and its member companies. So this phase was made live on 1st April 2016. The ETASS post the go live on 1st April 2017 deals with the integration of co-insurance balance from all LOBs. The intercompany transactions in all LOBs are captured in the system and the same process of confirmation dispute is followed. All forms of transactions and settlements that are intercompany are handled by this version. So the ETASS system has brought down the intercompany disputes in the area of co-insurance. Also, it is envisaged that the time of settlements will be drastically reduced post the adoption of automated data entry and statements or settlements through the system. So it is envisaged that the settlements will be made online at the end of the phase. As per the IRDAI circular dated 27th June 2018, the General Insurance Council has been entrusted with the administration of the electronic transactions, administration and settlement system. Recently, the status of implementation of the co-insurance module of ETASS was reviewed and glad to note that the considerable progress has been made in its implementation. However, the module need to be fully implemented and indeed it would be necessary for all insurers to be on the board fully in order to make Etass a complete success. In this backdrop, kindly note the following. Clause 8 of IRDI guidelines on Etass bearing reference number 2015 dated 11th May 2015 stipulates that all the insurers shall comply with the guidelines and that when it comes to implementation, all the members shall adhere to the rules, guidelines and operational frameworks of Etass as prescribed by the administrator from time to time. All insurers shall necessarily use Etass for settlement of co-insurance balances due and carry out reconciliation of all outstanding co-insurance balances through Etass alone. Please ensure that this is carried out without fail in respect of all transactions carried out from 1st April 2018 onward. Target dates for Etass activities have been mandated by the administrator in order to ensure speedy settlement and reconciliation of balances. It would be necessary for insurers to adhere to the timelines laid down. Insurers may bear this in mind when audit is carried out and ensure that statutory auditors are advised to comment on the implementation of Etass, including adherence to timelines. Now, as per the guidelines, the authority had noticed that the intercompany balances in insurance and co-insurance business are at a very high level and have been on a constant rise. So the inability of the parties to the transactions to agree appears to be the primary reason for the growing intercompany balances. It is also noticed that lack of cooperation between the companies and inadequate documentation is posing a problem towards the efforts to minimize these balances. Also, the insurers, reinsurers, and the insurance intermediaries do not have a common platform to handle the reinsurance and co-insurance transactions. So, the reinsurance and co-insurance transactions typically involve multiple organizations across various geographies, due to which these transactions become complex and issues are observed inaccurately, arriving at the accounting statements and reconciliation of intercompany balances. So, delayed settlement of balances, high turnaround times, and lack of transparency have become issues of concern for the authority and the industry in the recent times. So it is the intention of the authority to bring discipline in the area of reconciliation and timely settlement of balances. So towards this objective, the authority issued the following guidelines in exercise of the power vested under section 14(2)(e), 14(2)(h) and 14(2)(m of the IRDI Act 1999. So this provision says that the electronic transaction administration and settlement system is there. This Etass shall be on electrical platform set up by an administrator appointed by the authority for conduct of reinsurance and co-insurance transactions in the country. The electronic platform provided by Etass system shall be owned by the authority and administered by the administrator in accordance with these guidelines and other circulars, clarifications, directives issued by the authority from time to time. So Etass shall provide electronic functionality for automated negotiations, deal placement, binding of risk, documentation, accounting, reconciliation and settlement of balances, messaging, risk management, etc. The Etass system shall strive to bring complete transparency into reinsurance and co-insurance operations while addressing the security and privacy needs of the members. The authority, in consultation with the administrator and other stakeholders, shall, however, devise a phased approach for implementation of the Etass The administrator of Etass system shall ensure confidentiality of data and shall be responsible for managing the integrity of the data and protecting the business interests of its members. So the Etass system shall provide the necessary facilities for the intermediaries, insurers and insurers to interface with their existing system. The authority may specify such provisions, conditions, rules for smooth transition to the Etass system, its continued functioning or any other purpose in the context of the Etass as it may deem fit. No insurer, reinsurer, FSC insurance office transacting non-life insurance business, whether domestic or foreign, or no insurance broker, reinsurance or composite, and whether domestic or foreign shall undertake reinsurance and coinsurance business, whether inward or outward in India by any other means than using Etass from the date stipulated in this regard by the administrator. So, till any further instructions provided by the authority in this regard, the council shall be the administrator of the Etass and shall perform functions to meet the objectives stated in accordance with these guidelines. If the authority has reason to believe that the affairs of the Etass are conducted in a manner prejudicial to the interest of the insurance sector, the authority reserves the right to provide such directions as it deems fit. Such directions shall be binding on the administrator and the industry. Now, the most important part is objectives and functions of the administrator. The administrator shall work towards fulfillment of the following objectives. A. Promote sound accounting principles for the conduct of Etass in an efficient and transparent manner. Establish a sound sustenance model for the Etass operations. Develop a continuous improvisation model and thrive towards achieving a robust and efficient coinsurance and reinsurance market space, and facilitate timely reconciliation and settlement of inter-entity variances. That means the administrator of Etass shall perform the following functions: set up Etass for the members to negotiate, transact coinsurance, reinsurance placements, accounting, settlement and reconciliation of balances as illustrated in these guidelines. Then devise project plan for development of the Etass, logically phase the development and implementation by identifying priorities and with due approval from the authority. Then establish infrastructure and support services as may be required for the smooth functioning of the Etass, and administer services like payment gateways, payment administration mechanism, accounting and reconciliation system processes, membership management, and maintain and upkeep the Etass system. This includes building up necessary features needed to handle the needs of the market that emerge or changes from time to time. So, to maintain integrity of the Etass at all times, this includes tackling precautions necessary to ensure its continuity and put in place adequate internal mechanism for reviewing, monitoring and evaluating control systems procedure for Etass operations. This shall also include monitoring of the status of membership and adherence to the various limits, rules and stipulations for the purpose of ensuring a smooth conduct of the Etass operations. Now, the administrator shall appoint a committee or a compliance officer who shall be responsible for monitoring the regulatory compliance with respect to the functioning of Etass and matters related thereto, and the compliance officers shall immediately and independently report to their head of the institution and non-compliance observed by him. And one more important aspect is standards, processes, business rules, and turnaround times. Because participation and enrollment in Etass is simple as far as the non-life insurers, reinsurers, branches of foreign reinsurers, IFSC insurance, offices, brokers, reinsurance brokers, registered license registered, licensed by the authorities shall mandatorily participate in the ETAS system for conduct of reinsurance and co-insurance business, both inward and outward. So for all the insurers, reinsurers, brokers registered outside India and dealing with entities registered, licensed with the authority for conduct of inward, outward reinsurance shall also be required to mandatorily participate in the ETAS system as its members. And all non-life insurers, reinsurers, brokers of foreign reinsurers, IFSC insurance offices, brokers, reinsurance brokers, registered or licensed with the authority shall be deemed as members by default. Further, these entities shall be required to transact reinsurance, co-insurance business, both inward and outward, only with the members of ETAS. So this is how the guidelines on participation in electronic transaction administration will function. Thank you. Thank you very much.